to when it comes to Facebook ads metrics and why I generally speaking, do not trust those metrics when I'm optimizing my ads. I want to share with you guys a live example. This is a campaign that is live right now that we're running right this minute. Um, and why we're not trusting what Facebook is saying and what we're using to optimize our campaigns. What's going on, everybody? Hernan Vasquez here. I hope that everyone is doing really well. And today I want to share with you some of the issues or that a lot of advertisers are having when it comes to data within platforms, especially when it comes to metrics within the Facebook ads. One of the things that happened since Facebook is not talking to Apple because Apple Facebook and they're not talking to each other and all that is that unfortunately we lose a lot of metrics. We lose a lot of data Facebook ads dashboard. So what happened is that what's funny is that Facebook used to over report by a lot, right? If you had an e-com business, if you have a webinar, funnel, whatever, Facebook prior to iOS 14 used to over report a lot. And that's what advertising platform do, right? They try to attribute to them as many results as possible. If they had any type of influence in the of a lead to become a customer or to book a call and whatnot, up as a result on the campaign. Now you might think, okay, well, is this accurate, not accurate? It doesn't matter, right? It goes beside the point of this little video or this little piece of content I'm trying to make. So the point here is that Facebook used to over report by a lot. Now, after iOS 14, what started happening is that Facebook started under reporting by a lot. And I'm about to prove it to you guys why you shouldn't be trusting your Facebook ads metrics and why you should always have a tracking or measuring system in place. Ideally, you want a third-party tracking system that will allow you to not only see what's going on after Facebook goes blind after 7 days, um, but also feed data back to Facebook based on these conversions and based on cannot see. Okay, so that is something I want to share with you guys. Now, I know that some of you guys are struggling right now with their Facebook and you're not seeing what I'm about to share with you. Will definitely help you scaling your campaigns. But the other part of the equation is to come up with really good ads that work every single time. And we kind of came up with a formula, with a recipe, if you will, with a framework that allows us to launch and create Facebook ads that work every single time, no matter what you're selling. The reason why we're able to make this promise is because with Grant Cardone, Frank Kern, Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi, Aura Publishing. We run ads for some big names. We run ads for Dan Henry, Jeff Lerner, Paul Getter, to the tune of millions of dollars per month. And we kind of design to a formula that allow us to launch, create ads that work really, really well. And they work for hundreds and hundreds of companies in different niches. So it works really well. If you want to get a copy of that formula, go to 100millionframework.com. It's right here, or there's a link somewhere around here. It's 100mframework.com. It's on sale right now. We just relaunched it, so it's on sale. I don't know how much longer the sale is going to last. We used to sell it for $197, but now you can get it for $47, which is pretty cool. Okay, go get your copy. It's one of the best investments that you will make, especially before the holiday season. Okay, so let's talk about what's going on right now with the in general. I want to share with you guys my screen. I just need to figure out how to from restream.io, which is the platform that I'm using to restream to several places at the same time, which is pretty cool. Okay, so let me go ahead and I usually do this with several monitors, so I apologize. But take a look at this, super interesting. We're running this campaign right now for one product. Okay, this is a campaign that we're running for our own business, and we have this all clients as well. But this is a campaign that we're running right now, and as you can see, we spent $2,000 on this campaign, and Facebook is telling us that we got 4 purchases. All right, the cost per result is $519 almost $520 per purchase. Now, of course, this is horrible. My ideal KPI, my ideal cost to acquire a customer, around $100. Okay, our average car value on this funnel is around 150, so 150 to acquire customers. Because again, this is an acquisition funnel. All right, that's made to make money, but to actually acquire customers at a break even or that's great. If we don't, that's fine too. We can scale. But so far it's pretty bad. And if I trust some Facebook metrics, of course, but that's usually the way it works over the first $2,000 to $5,000 that we're spending on a test. Its results are pretty bad because, as you can see, I'm testing a bunch of different things, right? I'm testing creatives and I'm testing audiences, and most of these audiences will not work. So I'm looking at those audiences that will. So Facebook is reporting, and by the way, I'm using a maximum data, right? So Facebook is reporting 4 website purchases out of the campaign. Now, we use this little tool called AnyTrack. Yeah. Now, I'm not affiliated to AnyTrack. We just happen to like it, and we use it ourselves, and we use it for all of our clients, and we install it on their behalf. And then when we report back to clients at scaledriven.com, we don't use Facebook data. We need AnyTrack data to report. Okay, far more accurate. To the point that here, Facebook is saying 4 website purchases, but if I go to AnyTrack and if I take a look at the same campaign, now, as you can see here, it says that it got us 4 purchases, right? And the attributed revenue of this campaign is $8. Attributed revenue meaning how much is Facebook attributing to this campaign. But take a look at the actual purchases. Okay, this is any accurately. This campaign got 13 purchases. Okay, so 13 purchases, and the actual revenue that it generated is $1,700. So if I take a look at 13 purchases divided by the spend, this is Facebook data. So if I do this, 65 divided by 13, so that's $158. That is much more in line to what I want to pay per purchaser. In fact, this campaign right here at break even from the get-go, which is something that I will definitely take. Now, of course, there are some campaigns that are not showing here, and all in all, this campaign has generated $1,000 because we're also sending emails to our list. So if I go to purchases, this is most amount of purchases, but we're also sending emails. We have some backend stuff happening as well. But the main point is this, guys, is that attributed results for Facebook is 4 versus AnyTrack that is telling me 13 purchases. And on this case, I'm trusting AnyTrack a lot more because AnyTrack has a longer view, right? And it can tell exactly and attribute back to the ad sets that are generating the purchases, okay? So the point here is that if you're some sort of third-party tracking, again, it can be Hyros. Hyros works really for some clients. It can be AnyTrack. I'm not affiliated to AnyTrack, but I do recommend clients, and we report to our clients based on AnyTrack. About this is that I can take a look at AnyTrack results. I can actually optimize my ads and scale my ads based on what I see on AnyTrack, not based on what Facebook is telling me. Okay, but because if I was basing my decision making on what Facebook is telling me, and granted, this campaign is only like a week old, right? So it's pretty, we don't have a lot of data yet, but it's looking pretty good so far. If I were to do that, then I would be shutting off this campaign and then going home and cry. Okay, an ugly cry, curled up in the corner, an ugly cry, which I'm not going to do, right? Because the campaign is like, okay, well, it's profitable. Of course, we're sending emails as well to the list, but from Facebook ads themselves, we're breaking even, which is exactly what we want to do. Now, it's a matter now of optimizing, increasing the conversions and all of that so that we can scale, right? That's the idea. That's going to be the next step. All right. So again, if you want to learn our methodology to launch, create ads that work in every single niche, no matter what you sell, high ticket, low ticket, info product, e-com, SaaS businesses, whatever it is, go to 00M framework, 100M framework.com. You can get access to this framework that is on sale right now. It's only $47. It will show you exactly with live examples how we are writing, creating ads that are working right now, what type of images we're using, what type of videos we're using, and all of that good stuff. If you want to take your Facebook ads to the next level. All right. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. See you guys really, really